Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon. We are doing our AI-only championship series, continuing with our reverse knockout rounds, and we're down to the final 16, trying to get to the final 12, and yeah, this round's starting to take shape. We have both Japan and Greece up here who have been struggling mightily, mostly because the Barbarians have just absolutely destroyed them. Japan already lost the city. Now there's their new city that they put as a replacement, although I think it's in a slightly different spot, is now also facing some more invasions, and Japan has literally not even taken out any of the camps. The two camps have been just absolutely crapping on it. Greece at least took out one of the camps that they were dealing with. The other camp is just kind of hanging up there right now. Nothing spawning. That's rather odd. And then in addition to that, there's been a bunch of other wars going on. Brazil might end up losing Brisbane, or it might end up going back to Australia. I mean, there's a lot of range units here. The problem is they don't have any melee units nearby. The other thing is they've been kind of getting their butt kicked here by Norway. But thus far, I think Japan and Pericles are at the bottom, right? Yeah, they're the two at the bottom. Religious emergency against Catherine. Whatever, probably not that big of a deal. I don't think it's going to affect much. Rome is also somewhat in an awkward spot as the game progresses, simply because they just don't have a whole lot of room over here to expand. But thus far, they are doing okay. Where are they in the pack? They're actually in fourth, so they're in the top half. Norway's in the bottom half? That seems rather odd. Yeah, that seems a little off. What the heck's the difference here? Rome has a bigger empire score, which is kind of crazy. Seriously? Huh, interesting. Great people, he's got more. Yeah, Norway even has the religion. I guess it's the wonders. Yeah, I guess having a couple more wonders is a pretty big deal here. Norway's been a little more into fighting, so that might contribute to their lack of wonders. They're building their Stop Church, which they may or may not have, which is going to give them... Nah, they have it, so they won't get any error score from it. It looks like they're going for Lisbon, but apparently no. They keep surrounding Lisbon, but they just don't end up going for the killing blow on Lisbon, or at least for the war declaration. Japan seems to have held off the barbarians yet again, but then Osaka is once again under siege. Every time Japan has one good thing happen to them, they get 10 more going bad. The bright side is they don't have any catapults popping out yet. They really could use some walls. Just throwing that out there. They could really use some walls. The funny thing is they're still dealing with barbarians over here, and Rome's like, yeah, we got musketmen. What's up? What's up? So let's see, they got the Petra, they got the Jebel. Sorry, that's not the Petra, that's the pyramids and the Jebel. They also got the Terracotta Army, so that's their three. Did we see the Petra? I don't think we've seen a Petra yet. No. No. Zanzibar for England is now flipping over to Brazil, but I haven't really been paying too much attention to this, even though they've been at war, mostly because I think both of them are probably okay. That's not really going to be that big of a deal. I think the only 4 civs right now that we have to worry about are going to be Australia, because they've been getting crapped on by both Brazil and Norway, and then obviously Greece and Pericles, and then potentially Rome. I think long-term, those are the only 4 that are really going to be in a bad spot. If Japan keeps getting crapped on by barbarians, though, that's just going to help everyone else. And the thing is, Pericles has been trying to settle this city over here for like a freaking hour. I don't even know what they're doing right now, man. They keep going that way and then stopping. I wonder if the fact that Norway has some troops up there, if they're going to try settling up there. Probably wouldn't be a good idea, but we'll see. Dude, Lisbon would be I think they would be able to take it with the Berserkers and with the Viking longships, man. Go for it. Come on. Do it. So in Zanzibar flipping, dogs are going crazy. Emily set up, she bought like a little soaking backyard pool. And yeah, the dog doesn't know what to make with it. She's not out there yet. You know, she's letting the water warm, but the dog's just, I don't know, she's been weird all day. Anyways. Namak Lake. That's a cool little lake. Okay, so France ended up coming all the way down here, so they ended up cutting out England. But yeah, they're in a very dominant position. Are they in first? Pedro's actually in first. She's in second. Victoria's in third. Yeah, it seems about right. That seems about right. Now, if Zanzibar ends up flipping, I imagine, well, yeah, he's still going to be in first. It's going to be a loyalty flip because Brazil ended up losing all their troops there. The worst part about that is they might have some issues here with Australia, potentially. Now, it doesn't look like they're at war. No, they are at war, but I don't think Australia has any of the boosts now, the production boosts towards popping out units and stuff like that. So Brazil might be okay just because of that, simply because they have a few more cities, so they're going to be able to get more units. Greece got the Kilwa up here in Argos. Greece actually has more than a few wonders up here. Yeah, it looks like they have 2. Which I have to say, considering how crap their area is, that's pretty okay. Japan, did you end up with the war under? Yeah, they did. They got the Great Bath, but that was super early before everything went to crap. It looks like they are going to be able to push back on these barbarians. Now, the question is, are they going to actually take it? And yes, we do see. They ended up losing their their 4th city yet again. That's the 2nd city that got pillaged by that same freaking encampment, which is currently sitting with no troops in it. Oh, Japan. What are you going to do? Are you going to actually go take out this other barbarian encampment? Or are you just going to... let it, pop out more troops and kill you? Rome's still looking good. They have 0 desire to take over Antioch, apparently. We got some nice trade routes, dude, going all the way down to Marseille. Okay. England and France have not been at war yet, as far as I know. No, they've been fairly okay. She's popping out her Sea Dog, not going to be helpful. Zanzibar did end up flipping. That's going to flip over to Brazil before too long. Yeah, Brazil's looking pretty strong over here. Now, Cahokia, I wonder if anyone ever goes for you. So how does Japan come back from this? I don't think they do. Seriously. Like, they would, A, have to clear out these barbarian encampments. Number 1. Number 2, they're going to have to throw a couple more cities. They'd have to go take Cahokia, and then they'd probably have to go conquer all of Greece. Actually, you know how they come back from it? They hope that Greece gets Australia gets conquered and Greece gets conquered. That's probably about the only way. Rockhampton got conquered. That's another Australian town down. That one's going to flip. That one's probably going to end up flipping over to Brazil. Yeah, I think that one ends up flipping to Brazil. So Australia is struggling for sure. They, though, are not likely, like Japan's not likely to not be in the bottom 2. Pericles has a chance to dig their way out of it, though. But man, see, here's the thing. If they would have ever settled this freaking city, I don't think they would be in the bottom 2. So they just need to get that city down. Now, Norway, I'm surprised. Like, Broken Hill would be easy. And actually, Broken Hill's flipping, too. Did Australia get a Dark Age? They did. Okay. But, like, yeah, there's still city locations over here. Norway still has a lot of spots they could be throwing down. But they just go and grab these random freaking towns, which don't really help. So you're going to flip. Yeah, there's no way that you don't flip in 3 turns. The question is whether or not, are you going to flip to Brazil before the next era? And if not, is Australia going to get a good enough age to flip it back to them? They kind of need that. I do think they need that. They're getting too close to Pericles at this point, and Pericles still has a little bit of room to get there. Yeah, and Pericles passed them. Also, too, like we said, Pericles has gotten a couple wonders. Now, did either of them have a religion? I don't remember. Pericles did not have a religion, neither did Australia. They're equal on wonders right now. So Australia, and see, here's the thing. Australia is almost cut off as well. So Rockhampton flipped. It is flipping over to Brazil, like we thought. Dude, Brazil is just kind of like... They got Zanzibar, which was England. They got Rockhampton, which got taken by Norway. They're just kind of the beneficiary of a lot of this. And France is looking like they might have finally declared war on England. Is it finally happening? It might be finally happening. We'll see. What is better, Premier League or Liga 1? Wait, no, that would be... Wouldn't that be Spain? What is the French football league called? French soccer league. Yes, I'm American. I said soccer. France Liga 1. Okay, I was actually right. Never mind. Although, am I saying it wrong? Probably, because I can never say French words. Okay, are you just never going to settle here, Pericles? Like, Pericles could really be completely safe right now. But he's still struggling. They did it! They got rid of the encampment! The comeback can happen! Also, my god, these are some sexy tiles here. 741, 622, 55, 6142. Man, that's some pretty tiles over there. It's unfortunate that it's getting completely wasted by Japan. Japan doesn't even have samurai yet, and it's turned 170. That tells you how bad they're doing this game. Yeah. Trying to see whether or not we'll be able to canal through all this. Actually, all he needs is a canal here. And technically, yeah, all this would be canaled through. Except he needs a canal here. Unfortunately, he put the encampment. And if I remember correctly, the encampment doesn't count as a canal, right? Not that it really matters in a game this short. Also, that's a really good Huey. Congratulations, France. Special session, 8 requests for Pedro. Yeah, that's what Pedro needs is more money. The dude in first place, let's start giving him cash. Rockhampton did go to Brazil. Okay. That's big. That's big. So it doesn't really matter what era happens. Brazil should be able to hold on to these. He is now at war with Norway. So if there's one good thing for Australia, it's the fact that Norway and Brazil are fighting each other. I don't see Norway being able to defeat Brazil and taking anything back here. So right now, Australia just kind of needs to hold on and just kind of hope they kill each other. And then just kind of keep hoping that Pericles doesn't settle. And they're currently going from Miletos. And what's interesting is they're doing that with the Dark Age. So that town's going to flip. Yeah, they really just need to have the equal or higher age than Greece, and they're going to be in a great spot here. They also have bombards. Are they at war with Greece? No, so he could use the bombards here, and that will just absolutely destroy. Especially with these knights coming out. Dude, Australia might be okay. They might have, they're going to end up having to pull it back via conquering, and I think they might be able to do that. Japan, still sitting with 3 cities. They're working on the 4th settler. Have fun. Brazil is currently settling up towards Japan, though, so Japan's starting to run out of areas to settle. Norway, did he end up settling one of these other islands? Yeah, he is about to. Hopefully that privateer doesn't steal them. So, active effects, cool. Let's keep advancing the game, please. Shift, go. Are we going to get to the end of this group stage in this episode? We might. We might have to. Okay, Miletos is now full loyalty, or is gaining full loyalty. So, if Australia gets a better age, though, that will flip. And it looks like they pieced. Australia got a golden age. Greece got a normal age. This should flip. That should flip. I would be shocked if it doesn't. Seriously? It's actually higher loyalty now? That seems a little weird. Maybe he switched some of his policies around. Are they no longer at war? Nope, they're no longer at war. Dude, Australia, you had it. You had it. You had your fate in your hands. Adelaide is now flipping because Norway's in a dark age. That's probably flipping to Brazil. I actually think that one might stay neutral. I mean, Rockhampton's size 9, but I mean, Brazil doesn't have a whole lot of pressure going here. But then neither does Australia. Norway actually has a lot. I think if that one flips, that's just going to stay a free city for the time being. It looks like it. Was Akkad always right here? I think so. I think so. They are no longer fighting, or not. They're still not fighting, would be a rather better way to say that. Brain is just not 100% there right now. Ooh, hi. Antioch is now facing France. Okay. Because France is at war with Trajan. No. No. Trajan is the suzerain, though. And I would imagine if she takes Antioch, Rome goes to war. But here's the thing, Antioch's gonna flip to Rome. There's no way she holds on to it. See, Rome's at 954. Catherine's only at 540. I would be really shocked here if Rome doesn't declare war. And they would probably liberate it. So the best thing that would happen would be this just loyalty flipping. Because if Rome goes to war over it, he's just gonna release it. Okay. Japan got their 4th city up again. They still have not taken this other barbarian encampment, but it looks like it might be cleared out by Rome. And Rome did come and start settling down here. So I wonder, Japan's in a golden age right now. If Japan wouldn't gotten that golden age, they might have had some issues here, but we will see. This is probably a better spot for this city. They need a city, like, I would not put my city like in one of these sexy tiles. I would probably put it like right here, and then work those sexy tiles. And that would be a really good tundra city. Especially once you get the oil, which obviously you don't know about. So here's the question. That shows up as a 3 production. And it's showing up as a 3 production because oil's there. If they hadn't revealed oil, does that give them 3 production? Are we basically giving them more production? Like right now, is that a 1-3 for Athens? Or is that a 1-1? Because Athens doesn't have oil revealed. But is it a 1-3 because we have it revealed? That's the one thing I'm not sure how it works here with this mod. Adelaide did flip, and it's actually going to Australia. Okay. I really didn't think Australia had enough loyalty to flip it. Yeah, they do. And it is going to flip back to Australia. Is that going to get them out of the gutter? I don't know if that puts them ahead of Pericles. Pericles did finally settle Ephesus over there, so he is up to 5 cities now. Dude, John Curtin is going to have to go to war here. Dude, if we lose Australia and Japan in this group, that would be psychotic. Especially when you still have Norway, England, and Pericles. Like, my gosh. Wow. Even Brazil. Kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy. France is looking great, but France had such a strong spot. Oh, and she's popping out her Imperial. Yeah, GG. GG. What's her continent? Ooh, okay, maybe not. So this is her home continent. So Antioch and Toulouse and La Rochelle is not her home continent. So she won't get the bonus there. If she ends up fighting... Oh, man, even fighting England wouldn't really get the boost for the Imperial. Yeah, she got her really screwed with how these continents work out. Can we talk about this tiny little continent right here? What the heck? Like, that continent should not exist. Amaja... I guess it's this one up here. I would rather have seen the continent work like right here. This is Amaja, and then this is all Asia. It's kind of hilarious. All right, so is Rome going to settle right here? It looks like they are. So, yeah, the Barbarian encampment finally got cleared out. Looks like it got cleared out by Rome. Japan is now finding themselves in a very awkward situation. But, yeah, they're pretty much GG. Although if they flip Aquila, that's going to help. But that's kind of... I guess they did get a golden age, didn't they? But Rome's got golden age, too. I can't imagine that's flipping by much. Nah, it's not. It's like, there's a lot of Rome population hovering around over there. Adelaide is about to flip back, I think. Yep, there you go. 1 turn. Everyone's currently trying to siege it down. We'll see when that flips what happens. That's going to get rid of any chance for Norway and Brazil to fight round 2. Just because they're not near each other. Australia did go settle over here west of Lisbon. Okay, Australia's looking okay. Where did the settler go that Norway had over here? Did they lose it to a barbarian? They had a settler, remember, in the ocean. Maybe it was Khmer? Khmer. I actually have no idea what city that one is. Khmer. Not Hamat, Khmer. What city is this? Norway. Okay, so that's where they put their city then and ended up flipping over to England. City state emergency for Pedro and an aid request for Catherine. City state emergency for Pedro. He grabbed, no, he didn't grab Akkad. Which one did he grab? Cahokia. Ooh, yeah, Japan's in a really bad spot. That one failed, but the aid request passed, which seems, about right. So Australia might be okay now. Especially with Adelaide? No, they're still behind. They're still 40 points behind. Dude, is it Wonders? Hi, I don't care. Yeah, what's keeping them up right now? 60 on the Wonders compared to 30. Yeah. And Great People. It's the Wonders and the Great People. That's the one thing right now that is really helping out Greece. What's Greece's yield? We hadn't really paid too much attention to yield. He does have 110, which isn't terrible. Australia's 76 and 58, so they're really bad right now. Pedro's doing really good when it comes to... There's a lot of culture in this game. Pretty much no one's doing science, except Trajan. Interesting. So Trajan could possibly walk over France here. Because Catherine doesn't have a lot of science. Yeah, and he's got decent enough culture, he's not going to fall behind when it comes to corps and armies. So if they ever come to shove, I would imagine Rome could beat France. Maybe the only other thing would be potential money. I always forget which one's which, but if this is, yeah, it looks like Rome's gaining 400, 500 per turn compared to Catherine at 319. Okay, yeah, I think Rome would be able to win a war. 1v1. But anywho, Adelaide did flip. We noticed that, right? That's when we looked. Okay, John Curtin did end up passing. What? Norway's now at the bottom. What? Yo! They ended up losing Bergen. Did it flip or did it get capped? Holy crap, guys. Norway doing the exact opposite they did before. Keep in mind, we were doing 225 before, and Norway would have lost if we were at 225, I think. Dude, Norway. Now, they have a religion, correct? Yeah, so if they could start spreading that religion, that would help. That would help. I think this is Brazil's religion right now. So they're going to have to start doing some of that. Do they have any wonders popping out? No. And right now they're popping out a bunch of ships, which doesn't directly help them. I think losing Khmer and then losing Bergen's really what screwed them. Wow. Dude, I did not expect this. Okay, so Rapa's currently blowing up Australia because that's Harold. So there's a good chance Harold could grab Toowoomba, which then might put them high enough since they lost Bergen, but they might be okay. But he has like basically no units right now. He needs this town. Oh no, they're just gonna burn it to the ground. Might be okay. That might be okay. I mean, but Australia does have another city just to throw it down immediately after it. 21. He needs Bergen back. Yo, he's gonna have to take. Kristenland is also sieged, but he has no melee units to take it. Wow, dude, not expecting this. I'm also kind of impressed Rome has not declared war on anyone in this game. Oh, they're actually allied, huh? Yeah, like seriously, what are you doing, Rome? This is not like you. So he ended up settling a really crappy city right there. I mean, yeah, you get to work all these great tiles, but you have no housing because you have no fresh water or any water for that fact of a matter. In addition, you're right on top of the volcano. Have fun there. Greece is going to throw another city down. So they might just be guaranteeing themselves. Like, they're almost in the top 4 now. There definitely is a huge gap, though, between top 4 and bottom 4. But Pericles might be just completely safe. That's kind of crazy. Religious emergency, city-state emergency, military emergency. That military emergency against Australia could be catastrophic because that might get the ire of Brazil. What happened? They all failed. Dang, Norway, you needed that. He's just popping out religious units right now. So he must have been going for a religious victory, and he just didn't have enough units. Wow. Norway, you lost it, man. You completely blew it. There's still another 25 turns, so... And I guess at this point, we're just going to go to 250 in this episode. There's no reason to drag out 25 turns for another episode. Okay, is Japan under siege from France? Yeah, you're actually at war with both France and Rome. It doesn't really matter because Japan's gone. Like, there's no way Japan digs their way out at this point. There's no territory for them to take. Ephesus is currently being sieged down by barbarians. The only good thing for them is the fact that musketman will probably suicide. Yep. And there's no other melee troops. Man, if that one burned down, I wonder if that changes anything. Probably not. There's no wonders there or anything like that. It's basically these 4 cities are giving them almost all their points. Norway is starting to advance on Bergen now with melee troops, but then again, the Cuirassiers just got popped out. How's the science? Harold's only at 43 and Australia's at 114. That's what happened. He fell behind science in tech. He was just never able to get it back. He could grab Kristenland if he uses one of these Cuirassiers. Dude, I'm shocked. Norway had such a dominant position. All the credit to Australia, though. We said they had to dig their way out of it, and they did. And they did. But they did it in a way that we didn't expect. We thought that they would have to go after Greece. Instead, they ended up kicking Norway's butt, which I suppose in the scheme of things was smarter because Pericles has much better science. I'm completely shocked. I really am. I guess Norway must have just not been focusing on science because they've been going for religion. And they've been apparently failing at religion too because they really have nothing flipped, so... Wow, man. Rock bands are ready for France? Yo, which by the way, guess what you don't hear? The rock band sound, yeah. I had a comment in a while ago basically saying, hey, this is how you can, this is a mod, or it wasn't a mod, I had to download some file and it basically deleted all the sounds, which by the way was not a file type that I was going to be able to access and edit myself. It was a file type I've never seen before, so I was like, eh. So that's part of the reason you don't hear it being like rock band or, you know, something funny that I would say in place. I probably could figure out how to do it. It's just, it looks like it was more of a programming file versus a straight like audio file. Like it wasn't an audio file type that I've ever seen before. So, anywho. We will not be hearing rock bands, I guess is the point. So we're going to have to kind of keep vision on it. Now, once we get to the final 12, we might go, we'll probably end up going a little bit longer. We probably go back to 315 at that point. But we'll still do the reverse knockout rounds till maybe final 8 or so. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be reverse knockout rounds till the final 4, so. But we'll definitely go back to the full-scale games at that point. Kristenland is now gaining full HP, but are you at war with Gandhi? You are, so Gandhi could potentially burn it down. There is a chance Gandhi burns it down. Now, these musket men aren't going to do a whole lot of damage, but these field cannons, and if this bombard comes, I don't know. Norway, here's the other thing. Norway was going to go settle over here, but instead they came down here and settled and ended up losing it to England. Like, Norway really screwed themselves. They could have settled all of this. Man, that sucks. I was rooting for Norway. I really was. I was stoked to see Norway go through. I was a little disappointed to watch Australia go home, but wow. Australia pulling it out, man. See, I think what really changed the game is how, sorry, I guess what I'm trying to say is this really shows you how powerful Australia is, because they were getting completely crapped on by everyone, but all the surprise wars, all the defensive wars they kept earning just allowed them just to keep popping out troops, and that's why they ended up just not getting completely destroyed. So I think the only way Australia ends up like losing a game like this is for them to go on offensive wars and fail. You know, if people keep declaring defensive wars on them, they're just going to be able to keep popping crap out. So, what does Harold need to do? I mean, he's still 50 points down, and there's only 11 turns left. I don't think there's anything he can do. Military emergency against Catherine? Whoa, what did Catherine take? Hello. Hello. I think that must have been for Antioch. Would it be a city-state emergency? Oh, no, she took Kyoto. And Osaka. Oh, Japan. Oh, Japan. Wait, wasn't the Imperial? That's your own. Yeah, on your capitalist continent. So she doesn't have the bonus on there, but she's just so much outpacing Japan right now in tech. Yeah, see, I keep looking at Norway for his troops, and he just has none. Yeah, he just has no ability to come back from this. Wow, that's just crazy. I mean, if he threw a bunch of cities down, maybe, but he doesn't have any settlers. He's popping out walls in a single cuirassier and then a couple districts. He's got one settler. You know, wow. All right. Well, there you go. It looks like our two eliminated are going to be Japan and Norway. Norway, ironically, is the surprise of this. Japan, you know, definitely I think is one of the better civs in the game, but they just could not overcome the barbarians. Greece was able to overcome an equally terrible start. Norway had maybe the best start in the game and one of the better positions in the game. I think we even called Norway being safe not too long ago, and then they ended up just completely crapping it by basically not focusing on science and getting absolutely destroyed by Australia as the game progressed. And kudos to Australia, man. You had lost it. You had completely lost it and somehow managed to come back. Like, I think Australia might have been top 4 for a while there, and then ended up in the bottom 2, and then basically dug their way out of it. Not by passing Pericles, mind you. You're still sucking at that, but by just destroying Norway. And then also probably kudos to Pericles, because, I mean, he overcame a lot, and he was bottom 2 for most of the game and managed to survive. It's a rather interesting little ocean here. Same thing here. Yeah, these oceans are a little on the strange side, I have to say. Man, the Hue would be so much better for Rome. Just because of all the lake tiles here. Like a nice sexy Hue there, and then have all these as lake tiles. Oh, that would be so good. Man, if he could just go grab Paris, man. If he could just have grabbed it. All right, I guess we're just going to call it here. Especially with Kristenland being sieged down. He has no troops left. And even with the little bit of potential religious flipping, there's no way he gains 50 points or so, or 40 points. So anyways, that's gonna be the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. Tomorrow we will be back with group 2, so that is going to be Scythia. That's gonna be Mapuche, America, Scotland, Ottoman, Aztec, Sweden, and Gandhi. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everyone.